Okay, folks, Bob here at Bob's Classic Cars and Parts. Well, I got the Barracuda back. One of the field agents brought it back to me because I currently don't have a truck to tow the trailer with. I sold my diesel truck, as you guys who follow the channel saw just like a week or so ago. So field agent 880 brought it back to me, but mini tubbing is done. Now let's take a look at it, and let's look at the car first. It's the 66 Barracuda A-body, Mopar A-body. I've got all the parts to put it back together, or most of the parts to put it back together. This was a used windshield out of a parts car, and I had a glass guy install it for me. And I guess when you tweak it, taking it out of the old car, putting it in this car, it's laminating, and there's a big, I could probably buff that out. But you got this going on right here. Where you can see that. There you go, see that? It's just no good. I think windshields for these cars are hard to find. Anyway, this got a lot of work done to this car. I've had the lower fenders patched with metal on both sides. Of course, it's got a hood and driver passenger fender from a different car. It's blue as opposed to the rest of the car being green. Had new floor pans put in. Now these were custom made. You couldn't buy these. I still don't think you can buy them. So the guy made these floor pans for me. He matched them up as close as he could to what was left of the original. And the lower quarters were patched with metal down here. And I think there's a little bit of, on the other side, I believe there was a patch put in on the other side. I'll show you. But you can see that he widened them. Got my tape measure with me. Let's see how far they widened. Hold on one second here. You just bear with me. Let's get this tape measure out. Okay, it's like not quite 4 inches. See if I can get a little better camera angle for you there. Ow. And maybe 4 inches. I don't know exactly. He's got seam sealer on it, so. Now that metal pan there that you see, when you fold the seat down, and there's a wooden panel that folded back the other way towards the trunk, and that would allow it to have a flat deck, or fairly flat deck. Obviously, when you widen these, that no longer fits, and you had to cut these braces out right in here. So, well, see if we can't do something about that. Let me get my trusty little screwdriver. Bear with me, I'm gonna turn you off for just a second, then we'll open up the trunk. Okay, there's that piece there. It's pretty heavy. We're gonna have to come up with something to get that back in the car. And these are the braces right here. And as you can see, you got one gas tank strap. These cars only require one gas tank strap. There's the old 7 1/4 shock plates and some hangers, some shoes, all that stuff probably from the older end. Now you can see right there, she's pretty wide. And these brackets right here, that's where the seat bolts to. We're not going to put the seat back in the car. So I got to figure out exactly where all these pieces went that he no longer wanted to put in the car. And you see I've trimmed it out already. And this is that Duplicolor, off-the-shelf Duplicolor paint. I did this 5 years ago, and it still looks good. This has been an on-again, off-again project. And I repaired the lip of the car, and it's starting to rust again. Dang on it. That's what happens when you let them sit out. I can fix that again. But the lip was really bad up in here. It looks much better, but it's gonna need some attention right here, looks like again. Put a new gasket on it. The windshield, the rear glass has been replaced with one out of a parts car. This piece here I got from Lason's. It's like $220. The shock. That's the way some of them had the little ratchet deal on the side over here. and click thing. This car came with the shock. So you see those tubs are pretty wide. I'm gonna trusty tape measure out again. Let's see if we can determine just how wide they are. Oh yeah, we're 14 inches wide. Hard to do this with one hand, guys. It really is. 14 inches wide to the inside there. Yeah, I got to figure out a way to get that panel back in, I think. Maybe not. We'll see. Now just crawl up under the bottom of the car here. Okay, as you can see up in there, there's plenty of tire room there. He moved the springs into the frame right here, where they were offset with the frame over here. This is where the hangers originally hung from. So this is a Mopar Performance. Let's see, I think if I'm not mistaken, one of these was a Sox and Martin kit. The other one is a US Car Tool, and then this might have been Mopar Performance, I believe. Seems like I had to piece it together in 3 different places, but we got all the parts we needed. And the hangers are from Mancini Racing. They're the long hangers. That's all I had in stock at the time. These are the stock springs. It's an 8 3/4 A-body rear end in it, which is what I want. So let's see if we can get some kind of idea measurement wise. Let me turn you off again. Okay, just doing a quick eyeball measuring from the backing plate of the rear end to the inside of the frame. I'm looking at about 6 inches. So I can run an offset probably 4 inches more this side. That's probably a 5-inch wheel there. So we got plenty of room for tire. It'll have to be staggered this way, of course. That's the whole idea of mini tubbing. Shocks are still in their stock location. The bottom of the car is not rusty. It does look like there's something going on right there, though. Right in there. We'll check that. I'm not sure what's happening there. And we've got the brake lines on this rear end, which is good for the emergency brake. That's pretty good. And again, there with a scraper and scrape some of the old undercoating off. And you can see the welds right here. Pardon me, you can see the welds right here pretty good. Where he welded it up, that frame hanger cap. And then it bolts into where the factory, I believe that's where the factory hanger bolted in right there on the outside. So it gained that much room right there. Just on the spring it said, let's measure from the spring out. And this is really more important probably. I got 7 inches, holy cow. Wow, that's the backing plate. And like I said, the tire is going to be a little wider than the backing plate, but that's why all the measurements that I've seen online were measured that way. Put some seam sealer in there. It looks like a little seam will crack right in there. We'll get in here and seam this up a little bit better. We need to get this car out of the weather. Now let me carry up to the front and let's see what it looks like up there. Okay, and that's where he welded into the frame. It's got a little bit of overhang to it. It's welded on both sides, flush on this side. No, I can put a little bit on that side. It's not flush. You can see over there. It's not flush on the inside either. So it overhangs the frame. You see it's welded really good. All the way around. It's welded on the top up here. I can feel the welds. Other than some little seam sealer actions. I know we're getting real blurry here, guys, but sorry about that. Definitely a little seam sealer around that inner tub where the frame rail is. See what I'm talking about? See the gaps? Now I'll come back and take these springs off and paint them. Probably stay with these springs here until I determine the horsepower that I want to put in this car. I don't want to put a whole lot in. It's just gonna be a street car show kind of thing. Maybe hit the strip with it a little bit. Of course, I'll put new bushings in it. And this is where the old hangar was, right directly beside. So we gained that much room from over here to here. So we're going to have a definite 4 inches of clearance from the tire to the inside of the frame. Now, right here, looks like we got a little bit here also. Let me get my tape measure back out. Oh, the glare. Did you guys see that? Yeah, there we go. No matter what I do, I get glare when you're filling outside. Okay, we're going to have to go from the tire on this one. Looks like we got 2 inches in the center of the wheel opening. So we can probably come out this way 1 inch and that way 4 inches. I'm pretty sure this is a 5-inch wheel, so that'll be 10 inch. That'll make a 10-inch wheel to fit this, no problem, and have room to spare. Yeah, here's where the patch was put in over here. You can see where they welded it in. And then back here, and like I said, it's set outside and it's starting to get little pinholes in it again. So I got to get that. I got to fix that. I can probably fix that myself. Now let's look in on this side over here. See, it don't, that's what I like about mini tubbing. It don't detract away by putting the full tub in. And it don't stick way out here. And it makes the car look factory. If you put carpet over that, most people would never know it. You just would not know it. So let's measure that tub there and make sure it's the same. The other one's about 4 inches. Let's see what we got here. I know I'm bouncing all over with the camera. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it's 4 inches also. Almost exactly. Just tick past inside the 4. Close enough. 1/8 inch. But there you have it. Good solid foundation here. We need to get in here with some Pour 15. I know a lot of guys don't like that, but I've always used it with good results. And some seam sealer. And go at it. All right, guys. Yeah, I know this right here is sticking straight down. It ain't good. When I put that steering column in, I didn't clock it good. So it's not right, but we'll worry about that later. I have no idea why this hood. That's right, the hood's not, hood's just laying on top. That's right. It's not bolted down. Let me put a strap around that then. Windstorm picked that up and carried it away from you. All right, folks, well, there you go. I think I told you this fender here was patched. That one wasn't, but this one was up here. So it's all metal, a little skin coat. That's all. Now this is that forest green. Before I had the glass put in, I trimmed it out in that Duplicolor forest green. Didn't wet sand it, didn't cut it, didn't clear it. Spent every bit of 5 years, and this car has sat outside because I got too many projects. But a little story about this: a guy at the track was running a silver Pontiac Trans Am Firebird. I want to say a 68, because it had the round fenders. And he had a 400 in it. And the car ran really good. Street strip car, no cage in it. I think it ran low 7s. And I thought, man, that guy's got it made. He can take the car on the street when he wants to. He can bring it to the track when he wants to. So that's what motivated me to build this Barracuda. I was originally going to do a maroon, kind of a reddish maroon. Not a dark maroon, but more of a bright red. And ruled that out because I've done one color change on the car already, and it was a nightmare. I said, let's stay with green on this one. So I picked something close to the Bullet Mustang. That deep forest green was available at the local parts store. And I said, let me try that. I like trying new stuff. I've been pretty impressed with it. So there you have it, guys. As soon as I get a chance to get this thing into building, I am. And that's where it'll stay, and probably until we'll start working on it maybe this fall sometime. Right now we're tied up on the Mustang over here. Been working on that, the Imperial right here on the trailer. Got a little bit left to do to it, not much. We've been to the track, we did a couple times. The Magnum's another project. It's on down the road a ways. Okay, folks, so hope you guys enjoyed that. Please hit the thumbs up to get an idea of what mini tub and a early A body will look like. And we're just ham and eggers out here working in the backyard and the shops in our backyard with a low budget, doing as much of the work we can ourselves. We're not professionals by any means, but we have a lot of fun, and it's fun to work on your car yourself, learn as you go along, watch YouTube videos, go to the car shows, talk to people, network with people, swap meets, gather parts, be cool to people so they don't get mad at you. They'll help you. They'll locate parts for you. They'll give you leads. And that's the way you do it. I've been doing it that way for 40 years. I've made a lot of contacts in this business. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And give me a thumbs up on this to motivate me to keep at it. And we will. And watch some of the older videos. There's a video where the guy he shot a couple of videos at his shop where he was working on it. So watch that video if you can also. And some of the older ones too, please. All right, Bob out.